Michael Voltaggio, 2010 Star Chef's Rising Star winner. This is Chef Cole Dickinson. We're at Ink Restaurant where I'm the chef owner, and today we're going to demo our skate wing with mushroom and seaweed oatmeal. First thing we're going to talk about is the oatmeal. We start with steel cut oats, and this dish is actually inspired by a dish that my brother came up with that's in our book. We just took it and made like our own twist and spin on it, but the idea of cooking oats with something that has umami. What we've decided to do is cook them with shiitake mushrooms, kombu, soy sauce, so that you end up with a very savory oatmeal at the end. So we've got steel cut oats, a little bit of milk. We throw the shiitake mushrooms in just raw so that they actually create like a stock in the milk with the oats as it's cooking. It's actually seasoned with the kombu and a little bit of soy sauce. We put this on the stove and let it simmer for about an hour. Once it's actually finished, you end up with something that looks like this. And what it is like a nice, creamy, thick oatmeal that's got all the flavors of the mushrooms inside the oats as well. So the milk takes on the flavor of the oats, takes on the flavor of the soy sauce, takes on the flavor of the kombu, and takes on the flavor of the mushrooms. So it's basically this really umami-forward oatmeal. For our skate wing, we just simply season it, sear it in a pan, baste it with a little bit of brown butter. And the cool thing about the Jade range is that you can actually customize them to be whatever it is that you need. And at Ink, what we wanted was flat space so that we could slide pots and pans around all over the stove while we're working, because we're always picking up multiple dishes at the same time. So we've got our skate cooking here, we've got our oatmeal cooking here. The last thing we're going to talk about is what we call mushroom hay. And basically what we do is we take enoki mushrooms, we dehydrate them, and then we actually just fry them very lightly on the pickup. So what you end up with like really mushroomy flavored hay that looks great on the dish as well. And our oatmeal, now that it's getting warm, what we finish it with is a seaweed butter. We actually put about 7 different types of seaweed into this butter, and then we actually emulsify this butter into the oatmeal. And what happens when we put the butter into it and the seaweed just explodes into it. So you've got like this flavor of the ocean, the umami from the mushrooms and the soy sauce and the kombu, and you end up with this really savory, salty oatmeal. We stabilize it with xanthan gum, then we brown butter, and we allow the brown butter to actually set back up in the refrigerator, and because the xanthan gum's in there, we can emulsify the brown butter into the sauce. So the first thing we're going to put into our plate is our mushroom and seaweed oatmeal. The next thing we're going to do is sauce it. And again, this sauce has brown butter emulsified into it, so that flavor of brown butter and skate wing, which is very traditional, is carried through into the sauce. And Cole's going to put the skate. And then our mushroom hay. We thought we'd add a little grass, so this is actually seagrass. It's got a little flavor, kind of like a sea bean to it. So we've got skate wing with mushroom and seaweed oatmeal, a mushroom brown butter broth, a mushroom hay, and a little bit of seagrass.